Questions for Carlos? We'll start here with Mike in the front row on the left.
Carlos, what's it going to be like to finally play at home again and in the playoffs?
Great. Feels like we've been on the road forever. But the fact that we're here and we have a great opportunity to not only be back, but playing meaningful games, playoff games here in October in front of our fan base is exciting. It's awesome. I can't wait for tomorrow.
You talked about before you guys left that last home game against the Phillies about fully expecting to be back here. I mean, did you had to go through a lot to get back to this? I mean, does it feel like an accomplishment just that you're back here?
Yeah, obviously we're back, and we knew it wasn't going to be easy. We had to go through a lot, not only traveling, but playing good teams. We needed to get to the playoffs, then advance, and win that wild card. But I always have faith on the guys, on the players. We continue to believe, and we took it one day at a time, one series at a time, and that's what we will continue to do. And here we are, back in Citi Field, and with a tremendous opportunity to win a series and keep going.
Okay, we see here on the right here, in the second row.
Carlos, you've always had that even keel that, things were going to turn around, and every manager has that. It's that speak when you're in a slump. What is it about this team that they were able to respond to that and do what they've done?
I'm going to go back to say we got good players. We got great people that they believe in each other. There's a lot going on behind closed doors that makes that group such a special group, and they care, and they just gel together, and they come long ways. I think the fact that we got off to such a rough start and we came through, we had to face adversity from the very beginning. That I feel like made that group stronger. And we keep taking punches and we keep finding ways to get back up, whether it's in game, whether it's after a tough loss, and those are the expectations. Like we'll show up the next day, we continue to be ourselves, we continue to care about each other, to continue to prepare, we continue to go out there competing and see what happens. But that's a special group there, quality players and quality people.
And secondly, the at-bats over the last month and a half are very reminiscent of 2022. And the one constant between the two of them is Eric Chavez was a hitting coach then. And it looks like the two-strike approach is back. What has Eric Chavez meant to this group as far as hitting?
Yeah, a lot, but he also has really good players. In order to be a good coach, a good manager, you need good players, and we got a lot of them. So not only Eric Chavez, but Jeremy Barnes and the whole group. I think they work really well together. Their ability to listen and bounce ideas of each other. And I think it comes down to players going out there and executing. We can sit here and go over hitters meeting and talk up all we want, but you got to go out there and do it, and they're doing it. So credit to the players, credit to the coaches for being on the same page, to challenge each other and putting together some good game plans. But at the end, they got to go out and do it. And just proud of the whole group. Not done. We still got work to do, but it's exciting with the way we are approaching some of these elite teams with elite pitching. And it's going to continue to be that way. We're facing another good arm tomorrow. Their bullpen is really good. So, yeah, they're going to make adjustments, and we have to be ready to make adjustments as well. But hell of a job by Chavi, hell of a job by Barnesy, and, again, the players.
Okay, we're going to go over here on the left. We're going to go to Dave.
Carlos, the last time you guys were at Citi Field was so long ago that you really weren't sure what you might get out of Francisco Lindor. He was still going through a lot of the stuff, the diagnosis, the shots. From where he's come from then to now, did it just far exceed what your expectations? I know you were cautiously optimistic, but it seemed like you weren't sure at that point.
100%. And for him to get to the point to where he's at right now, like he still feels it once in a while, but he's in a way better spot. So you got to give him credit. You got to give the training staff, a lot of credit, because there was a lot of hours. There's a lot of work that they put in to get Lindor not only in a position where he was a player, but in elite player. Yeah, last time I was here, I didn't know if I was going to have a player. I was going to see Lindor, and not only we saw him, but the way he's playing, the way he's performing. So yeah, it wasn't easy, but they grind through it, and like I said, you have to be proud of him, and he has to be proud. The whole group's got to be proud because there was a lot of work behind it.
Well, I mean, and to think that you would have tried to do what you did without Lindor seems kind of impossible now, right? After what he's done for you guys during that time.
Yeah, I mean he's the MVP, and not only what he does on the field, but what he does behind closed doors. I mean, he cares so much, he wants it so much. It's just in the joy, I think the hardest part for me was not seeing that smile when he was going through it, when he wasn't a player for us, and not only that he wasn't a player for us, that he wasn't progressing the way he would like to, and that for me was kind of like. But man, like I said, proud of him, and I'm just glad that he's playing and playing well for us.
We're going to go to Jess right here in the middle.
When you look back at these last 2 weeks, how do you think that being on the road for so long brought this team closer?
Yeah, I think not only the last 2 weeks, but I'm going to go back to the month of August where we went twice to the West Coast, and yeah, you do so much together, whether you're on the plane, at the hotel, you go out and have dinners when you're allowed to. You just come a lot closer, But this is a group that whether we're home, whether we're on the road, like they stick together. They find a way to just, as a group, continue to have conversations, continue to keep it loose, continue to push when they have to, and taking the losses and getting back on the bus as opposed to everyone going in different places. And you continue to talk about the game and what are some of the adjustments that you have to make the next day in order to get the job done. I think it's helped, but I'm excited to be back. I'm glad we're back home now.
And as a manager, how rewarding is it when you see that chemistry that's being built off the field translate obviously onto the field?
Yeah, that's what you want, as part of as a manager, as a coaching staff. That's the goal, that you got to get that group to believe in each other and have each other's back. And messaging from day one in spring training was that we needed to be a family, and everybody's gonna go out and say it, but you also got to do it. You got to work for it every day, and they've done it. Like I said, even through when we were going through those tough days, you could see it that it was something special, and here we are. So you just got to continue to do the same thing we've been doing.
Get down here in the front, Tony.
Pete Alonso has a very long and successful track record against Nola. He's known him or faced him since going back to college. How much stock do you put in that? How much do you think those things matter and show up in big games?
I mean, they're familiar, but as much as Pete knows Nola, he knows him well too. And, this is a game of adjustments, and big league players and really good big league players, they are able to do that. I'm pretty sure Nola was going to try to make some adjustments, and Pete's going to have to make some adjustments, and he will. So I think you got to go out there with a plan. Nola's going to come out there with a plan, and let's see what happens. But it's a playoff game. It's just different, Yeah, there's history there, but it's like I said, we got to be ready. Pete's got to be ready, and he will to adjust when he needs to.
Okay, going to go to Tim on the left there in the middle.
Coming into the playoffs, how did you and Jeremy Hefner envision David Peterson's role?
We'll see. I think we're going day by day, game by game, how he's bouncing back. He's coming off today's he's going to be his second day. We got to see how he's feeling tomorrow, and if he's available for us out of the bullpen, then we'll use him if we need to. But he's flexible, he's fluid. So if we need to make a start, and he's fully rested up for it, we will use him that way. But I think it's just we're going to continue to treat it as day by day, game by game, and if he's available, and if we feel like we need to use him, then we're going to use him.
With him becoming or serving as a utility pitcher of sorts lately, maybe moving forward, what sort of boost is that to a bullpen that does have some question marks?
Yeah, it's huge, especially from the left side, having another lefty there. But a guy that he's been one of our best starters, right? And then we asked him to get a save to clinch and win a wild card series, Then a day later, we're asking him to come in the middle of a game and give us a couple of innings. He ended up giving us 50 pitches, kept us in the game. Big reason why we ended up winning that game 1. So yeah, I think he's just having a feel, and Peter's got to be honest with us. Not trying to be the hero here. Health is important. We will protect him because again, this is a starter that we are now putting in a bullpen role. But again, let's see how this series unfolds, and we'll go from there.
Okay, down here in the front.
Carlos, in all your years in baseball, have you ever been involved with or seen a string of games like last week?
No. It's incredible. I think this is, you could write a book, you could make a movie. You go back to that game in Atlanta, the way we won to clinch a playoff spot. Then we go to play in a wild card series, and the way we came back and won the series. The first game in Philly, being shut down for eight innings and then come back and getting the W, and then the way we lost the game yesterday. So we've been in the good side and now in the bad side. Incredible week, but that's what makes baseball such a beautiful sport and probably the best sport. So you can't predict baseball, man, and you just have to enjoy it. And there's going to be ups and downs, and that's part of it. And now here we are, getting ready to play here in Citi Field, and hopefully we continue to write our own story.
Okay, here on the right.
Hi, Carlos. So how is Senga feeling after the last outing?
Good. He continues to feel good. He's here now. He's doing everything that he has to do to continue to feel that way. So progressing well and in a good spot.
You're going to go to Mark back there.
Following up on that, do you think he could be an option for Game 5?
As for right now, he's trending in that direction. Yeah.
Very separately, it seems like whether you guys pitch to Bryce Harper or pitch around him, he kind of finds a way to do damage. Just what makes him so uniquely difficult to get out?
He's Bryce Harper. He's a really good player, a really good hitter, man. Like, he's ready always for that first pitch. He's going to attack. And if you make a mistake, he's going to make you pay. And not only in the zone, but if you close enough in the zone, he's still going to find a way to put barrels. So great hitter, not only with Harper. That's what makes that team a dangerous team, man. Like, the guys in front of him, the guys behind him, has a deep lineup. He's versatile. They can hit the ball out of the ballpark. They use the whole field. There's a reason why they won the division the way they did, and not just because of Harper. They got a lot of good hitters. So.
Can we take the last one right here? Fitz in the back.
Mendy, will, regardless of tomorrow's outcome, will Quintana start Game 4? Whether you guys are up 2-1, down 2-1, doesn't matter.
Quintana's going Game 4.
Hey, thanks a lot, Carlos.
Yep.